Y'all come on in here. Get on in here this Friday morning. How are y'all doing? I'm going to give y'all a few moments to enjoy the little background music and to share this live. And we're going to get into it this morning. All right, that should have given y'all enough time to go ahead and share the live, because I just shared mine. Hold on, let me share it to one more place. All right. Oh, shoot. I'm playing it on Facebook. Great morning, you guys. Today is November the 17th, 2023. It is Friday, and we have made it. Thank God it's Friday. I see all that in the chat. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Listen, if this is the first time you are joining us on the Kimmies Morning Show, I want to formally welcome you here. Welcome. Now, if you've been shacking up with us for the past month or so, I'm going to need you to go ahead and click the subscribe button. And while you are clicking the subscribe button, go ahead and turn your notification bell on so you know when Kimmies World go live and when we post something. For those of you all who are returning, who are my loyal subscribers, welcome back. Welcome back. For those of you who are tuning in from Facebook, welcome. I told y'all, Facebook be showing me love. Facebook shows me love, y'all. I'm talking about the views be viewing over there. So I just want to thank Facebook for coming through for everyone who's on Facebook. My friends that have been my friends for years that are sharing the live show. I just want to personally thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching, and thank you for commenting. For those of you all who are watching on the replay, hey, replay gang, how y'all doing? I know a lot of you all work and you can't make the live show, so you watch it on the replay or you're watching it on the weekend. I know I pick up a lot of subscribers on the weekend, so I just want to say welcome. Y'all, we got to get into some things this morning. We do. I'm going to tell y'all something. Listen, a lot of stuff occurred on yesterday after the show. Number one, we got to talk about Diddy. And we had already talked about him. Well, you know what? I didn't really go into detail about Will Smith, but after the show, my mom asked me, she said, Kim, she started asking me some questions, and I said, oh, shoot, I didn't even bring that out. So I'm going to definitely we're going to have part 2 of the discussion we had about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and Brother Bilal. Part 2 is some more information I need to give y'all. And then also Diddy and Cassie. Lord bless it. And then, for those of you all who saw the reel that I posted on yesterday, remember I told you I was going to do some research on Keke Palmer. Well, I did, and I posted a reel, and baby, I made everybody mad. Child, I probably picked up 20 subscribers yesterday just from making somebody mad, and guess what? That was not my intentions. So we talk about it this morning on the Kimmies Morning Show. And then the last topic we are going to talk about is, should you take a cheetah back? Should you take a cheetah back? So, we're going to go ahead and get into this morning for our birthdays, celebrity birthdays, and for anybody else whose birthday is on today on November 17th. Happy birthday to you. Y'all, my back is itching. What the word? I need to put some oil back there or something. Anyway, we're going to get into it. Carter, get ready. Yeah, every time my great nephew hear his name on the Kimmies Morning, I don't care where he is in the house. When I say Carter, get ready, he take off running to the TV and he gonna sing happy birthday. He's only 2 years old. All right, so let's get into it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear everybody. Happy birthday to you. All right. Happy birthday to those who are celebrating a birthday on November the 17th, which is today. You don't have to be a celebrity to get happy birthday sung to you. So if you are watching this right now, you have a birthday on today, I just want to personally tell you happy birthday. So we are going to get into the celebrity birthdays for today. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So for today, Daisy Fuentes. It's her birthday, y'all. She's actually an actor and a model. She is 57 years old. We have Danny DeVito. Y'all know Danny DeVito. Y'all did not know he was this old. He is 79. Actor, director. Y'all know Danny DeVito. Dylan Walsh. He's an actor. He is 60 years old. Gordon Lightfoot. He is 84 years old. He's a singer. Howard Dean, a former Democrat and national chairman. He's 74. Wow. James Inhofe. He's a senator, 89. Dogs. These people that be political leaders, they be old, y'all. Former House Speaker John Boehner, 74. Lauren Hutton, she's 80. Wow. Leslie Bibb, she is 50. Lorne Michaels, he is 79. Martin Scorsese, he's 81. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, she's 65. Yeah, I have never heard of some of these people. Rachel McAdams, she is 45. Roland Joffe, 78. Ronnie DeVoe, oh snap, from New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe, y'all, he 56. Ronnie DeVoe, okay. RuPaul is 63. Ryan Braun is 40. Sophie Marceau is 57. Stephen Root, 72. Susan Rice, 59 years old. That's a lot of people's birthday today. This is the last one. He's a blues singer and musician. Tab Baywa is 56. I don't know. All right, so happy birthday to you all whose birthday is today. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Oh, my mom said Carter was singing. I know he was, child. I talked to Carter last night. Carter was singing happy birthday. He sounded like a little frog. He was just real deep. He's only 2. His voice was so like that. I said, oh my goodness. But Carter loved happy birthday. All right. Let's go through. Let's see. Who's in the chat this morning? Oh, we missing Danielle. We have Davita. Great morning, Queen. We have Fanny. Great morning. We have Peanut. Good morning. She said, I'm finally up. Thank God it's Friday. You got that right. Rack Mick. Child, Rack Mick gave me that little tidbit about Keke Palmer. And baby, I did my research, went to Armand's Wittgenstein. Child, they would eat me up in the comments yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh. All right. We said Davita. Nana Banana. Good morning, everyone. Oh, Danielle's here. Good morning. She late. Girl, you got here late. You was be in the chat by 7:40. She said Kay was singing. Oh, snap. My great niece, y'all, I had did a short yesterday, like a little reel, and it was about autism, and I was actually talking about her, and she was singing. She's the sweetest little girl. She's autistic, but I promise you, you wouldn't be able to tell. Her grandmother has been having her in therapy. She go to speech therapy, and it's really, really good for her. And as long as she's kept on the schedule, she's perfect. But baby, you break that schedule or something around her is off, oh, she gonna have a tantrum like Peach McIntyre's son did yesterday on the live video. I felt bad for him. I really did. But anyway, I ain't even get into that, y'all. Rack Mitt, she laughing. All right. So what happened on November the 17th? I'm going to give y'all a little facts. So I didn't know this. Have y'all heard, for the older ones like my mom or whatever, Ruth Brown? I've never heard of Ruth Brown. Well, anyway, Ruth Brown was known as the queen of R&B. Have y'all heard of her? Because I haven't. Ruth Brown was a rhythm and blues singer and actress who crusaded for musicians' rights. I never knew this, y'all. Brown was born in Portsmouth, Virginia on January 12, 1928. After a string of unfortunate events, Brown ended up in Washington, D.C. There, important people backed her, such as nightclub owner Blanche Calloway, the sister of Cab Calloway, and a voice of America disc jockey Willis Conover, who convinced these names. So they convinced these people to sign Ruth Brown to Atlantic Records. She made her recording debut in 1949. Wow, my mom, she was just a year old then. I never heard of Ruth Brown. That's news to me, y'all. On November the 17th, 1972, President Nixon was re-elected, carrying 49 of the 50 states, despite massive black vote for Senator McGovern. Y'all, here's something I really didn't know. This happened on November the 17th, 1842, the first fugitive slave case. The capture of George Latimer in Boston led to the first fugitive slave cases, which embittered North and South. Boston abolitionists raised money to purchase Latimer from his slaveholder. That's great information to know. Never heard of that. And it looked like y'all hadn't heard of it either because nobody said nothing in the comments. All right. So we are going to get into a topic. You know, I posted a reel yesterday about Keke Palmer. And I said that she pretty much, what word did I use? I said she played her baby daddy like a fiddle so she could get custody over her son, right? Well, what I found out in doing, because I actually came up with that theory from watching the Armand Wiggins show, and Armand Wiggins brought out a lot of receipts. Y'all, shout out to Rack Mitt, because she the one who told me to look at it. He brought out a lot of receipts. If y'all want to know the receipts, because it's so much, and this show is not about just Keke Palmer, it's about a lot of things. I don't have time to get into all the receipts, but if you want to see the receipts, just swing on over to Armand Wiggins' channel and you can watch it there. Now, if you don't like cursing, you might not want to go over there because he shall be dropping them. Anyway, I'm going to get into this. I want to talk about, let's see. Remember the other day when I talked about Keke Palmer's mother, Sharon, actually saying that Usher was bisexual? Remember we talked about that? Child, let me tell y'all, something just came out in the news yesterday about Miss Sharon retracted her statement. So let's talk about it. Keke Palmer's mother admits to false claims about Usher's sexuality amidst abuse allegations. So pretty much the reason why she said on that recording that I talked to y'all about that Usher was a homosexual was because she didn't want Darius to abuse Keke, and she wanted Darius to think that Usher was not into Keke or whatever. Like, it was nothing for him to worry about. Here's what I want to say about abuse. First of all, either sex, from male or female, no one needs to be placing their hands on anybody. And these are my stands. This is my stand on domestic abuse. It can come from a woman and it could come from a man. It could be physical, it could be emotional, all of that. But no woman should be putting her hands on a man, period. Now, self-defense is something different. But a lot of times, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, sometimes you can alleviate certain situations by just walking away. Just walking away. When the arguments get, when you start to argue, just walk away because it's not worth it. It is not worth it, especially when two people are upset. The best thing for you to do is walk away and wait till y'all can calm down, cool off, and then you can talk sensibly. But when you're upset, talking, sometimes, most of the time, is not even the time to talk. If you are in a domestic violence situation, you need to get some help. If you are too afraid to call a hotline, call the police. Use your phone, call the police, whether it's male or female. If someone is physically abusing you, call the police. Get out of there, because a lot of times, a lot of women and men who have been abused, sometimes it does not end just with abuse. It ends in someone getting permanently hurt, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we're going to move on from that story. I just don't want y'all to think that I am bashing women, because, child, them folks was coming for me in them comments. They was coming for me. I was like, what? Y'all don't even know me. Y'all don't know me. Listen, I don't condone violence whatsoever. I don't care who it is. If a woman beating on a man, she don't need to be putting her hand on a man. If a man beating on a woman, he don't need to be putting his hand on a woman. That goes for both parties. And those are my views. One thing I do want to say about the Keke Palmer situation is we don't know what really went on. Truth be told, we don't. All I'm doing is reporting the news, what I hear. Okay. But as far as knowing who's right and who's wrong, baby, none of us know, because it's always three sides to the story. Her side, his side, and the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Trust me. Peanut said the whole Keke Palmer situation is just sad. It's very sad. And the person that is gonna suffer from all of this is that child. They have an 8-month-old baby. He's gonna suffer. Peanut said, that's right. Both men and women should not put their hands on each other. If you're not touching each other, that makes one feel good, then keep your hands to yourself. Yeah. I taught my daughter that. I said, let me tell you something. When you in and I taught her this when she was young. I said, when you're in relationships, you keep your hands to yourself. Don't be hitting and slapping on no man, because when you do that, you open the door for him to hit you back. And you're not strong enough to be trying to fight a man. But I will tell you this. If a man put his hands on me, I'm going to knock you clean out. I promise you. Because I am strong enough. Just yeah. My mama probably like, she ain't lying. She telling the truth. Anyway, Peanut was like, true, my daughter experienced domestic violence. However, calling the police is not always helpful, especially here in Minnesota since the George Floyd riots. Police in here. Wow. You're right. So I know in certain cities, probably in every city, that they have like these places you can call women that are experiencing domestic violence, and you can call like these places, and they will take you and your child into this home or whatever, and it keeps you sheltered away from the person that's abusing you. And I believe you can't have people visit you or call you or anything like that, because they're trying to keep you safe. And I don't know telephone numbers in your specific area, but you can look it up. So if you are experiencing domestic violence, please seek help. Get out of the situation. Child, if you have to, you're experiencing domestic violence, that joker got to go to work sometime. When he leave the house, pack clothes, pack you a bag, and you and your child get up out of that house real quick, fast, and in a hurry, and leave everything where it is. If you have to, just get out the situation. It's not worth it. Y'all, my husband is in here. He talking about, hey, wifey, hey, Tremaine, you need to be getting on home, child. Get on home. Anyway, Peanut said, okay, I'm going to hit you back. I don't play with that hidden DV mess. I'm so not the one. Child, what you say? My husband, no. Don't put your hands on me. Do not put your hands on me, because you put your hands on me, I'm going to crack you. Let me not say that, y'all. I'm going to knock you across the top of your head. Don't put your hands on me. I don't play that foolishness. I don't put my hands on you. Don't put your hands on me, and we will be just fine. Because I'm not like most typical women. I will knock you clean out. Lord, I probably shouldn't have said that. Y'all gonna be like, who is this woman? Yes, I will. I'm a nice person, but please don't put your hand on me, especially a man. Don't do that. Please don't. Because I'm a very sweet person. I'm a nice person. Anyway, we're going to proceed on. One thing I wanted to cover right quick before I start talking about these other issues is people who need some sort of help. And I'm only going to talk for Mississippi. Like, we are proceeding into the holiday season. A lot of people are suffering. They don't have money to buy food. They may not have money to pay certain types of bills, but there are community assistance programs that can help you. Now, I know in every state, everybody has a Salvation Army. Here's the first thing I want to talk about. If you know you need help, do not be so prideful that you don't ask for help. And there are community programs and community assistance in your area that can render aid to you. I do know you can contact the Salvation Army, and they will have assistance with like utility and bills and clothes. They have food pantries, they have furniture, and I do know that's in every area. Got it, y'all. Why is my back itching? I want something bit me this morning. They do have United Way in every they have United Way in every city. For your particular city that you are living in, you may need to contact hold on a second. You may need to contact Human Services. I'm sure there's human services in every area. Like I said, that we're coming up on Thanksgiving. A lot of people don't have money to buy. Y'all, food is out of control. And I wish I had money to help everybody, but I don't, child. I'm trying to help myself. But you can contact Human Services. You contact the Human Services, you get the help that you need. I do know in specific areas, particularly like in the Midwest, they have food banks. And also they have food banks here in Mississippi. Now, they may not have good food, but child, when you're hungry, you'll take anything. And a lot of food banks, just depend on what area that you live in Mississippi. Some of them have real good food, like salads and all different types of fresh vegetables. There's a lady that I watch from Memphis, and her grandmother gets food from the food pantry. And baby, we have so much food that she's able to share with the whole family, her grandkids, everybody. Everybody get a little bag from Granny. So they have different food pantries. They also have food giveaways. Like, I know here in Tupelo, they were doing like during COVID, and I don't know if they're still doing this, but during COVID, they would have like food giveaways every month, and they would give chicken away and all different types of stuff. And the line would be long. Child, me and mama was in the line too. Okay. Y'all giving away. We gonna take it for free. Hello. But anyway, someone said, Melinda said, Google in your state food pantry, like Kimmy said, Salvation Army, church, etc. Yes. So for those of you all, because I know The holidays are coming up. And I do know everybody does not have money. Everybody is not in a situation to be able to afford food or even like utilities. Y'all know utilities are going up. It's getting cold outside or whatever. Some people may need rental assistance. You need to contact your human services, and then you also should contact the Salvation Army. Do not be so prideful that you do not ask for help. Use the services that are provided for you. Now, some people can help, but sometimes you have to learn how to fish on your own. People can't just continue to bring you fish. You have to fish on your own. And there are community services out there for you. All right. So we're going to proceed on with the show, y'all. Let's see. Melinda said, good morning. Okay. Davida said, I thank God I have never had to deal with a domestic violence in no relationship. I just pick up and leave and don't look back. Y'all hear that? Miss Davida is smart, because I think I talked about this one day. That sign, no, I don't know if I did or not, but signs are there in these particular individuals that you are dating, whether it be male or female. The signs are there. If they have control issues and they want to know where you are every moment of the day, want to know where you are, who you with, and all this, and it's not really being concerned, but it's being controlling, that person has control issues. The first thing you need to do, like what Davida said, just pack up and leave and don't look back. Keep it moving, you know? All right. So we're going to move on. Our next topic is going to be Will Smith. We're going to do the part 2 of Will Smith. So the first question my mom asked me yesterday, excuse me, y'all. She asked me, why did Brother Bilal turn on Will Smith? And I know a lot of you all probably wanted to know, why did he turn on him? Why did he even do the interview with Tasha K? And I was like, oh crap, I didn't even talk about that. Let me talk about it. So the whole reason why Brother Bilal, I say, turned on Will Smith. So y'all know Will Smith wrote a book, right? Let me see. What was his book called? Let's see what year this was. Hold on. Oh, Peanut said, my mom was a fighter. She never not once since I was a kid as an adult has ever let a man hit her. Our dads were scared of her. I'm just saying, girl, your mama was like me. Don't you put your hand on me. I will knock you clean out. I don't play that. I'm nice and I'm sweet, but don't put your hands on me. Don't even do this. Don't put your hand on me. Because as long as you nice to me and we could talk and all this other kind of stuff, but once you put your hand on me, that's like a switch has turned off. That's like that dog attack that I had. A switch was turned off, baby, and it has never, a switch was turned on and it's never turned off. So I'm in attack mode. Don't put your hand on me. So shout out to your mama, child. Shout out to her. Anyway, Will Smith came out with a book. It was actually called Will, and it was in 2021. So with this book that he had, he talked to Brother Bilal, which was his lifelong friend. Y'all know we talked about this yesterday. He was his lifelong friend, and Brother Bilal was in the business of product placement, celebrity product placement, where different companies, remember I touched on a little bit, different companies work with him to get the products to the celebrities, right? Well, Will Smith contacted Brother Bilal and asked Brother Bilal, could he put a book deal together, and the book deal was to put like a gift box together for celebrities, and it would include his book that he wrote, and also products for the celebrity. So Brother Bilal worked on everything. And so his first meeting was actually with Jada Pinkett Smith's team and a part of Will Smith's team. So during the meeting, they were pretty much trying to play him like he was incompetent. Like, do you know what you're doing? And all this other kind of stuff. And he thought it was real strange. So the next meeting that they had, he made sure to record it. He recorded the next meeting. And so pretty much on the next meeting, they pretty much told him like, well, we're not going to need your services, blah, blah, blah. He thought that was real strange. So he reached out to Will Smith. No answer. Cold. He emailed him. Will Smith never returned the email, right? So he was trying to sue them. So Will Smith decided to offer a settlement to Brother Bilal. Brother Bilal rejected the settlement. Let me tell you how I know. Because remember yesterday I told you I was watching The Breakfast Club, right? Jada Pinkett was on The Breakfast Club. And Charlamagne the God actually asked Jada Pinkett Smith a question and asked her why did Brother Bilal was trying to like get them out of money. And you could tell Jada was lying, honey. You could see lie all over her face. She was trying to think of something on her feet, right? So pretty much she was just saying like, she was being super vague about it. Thank God I had watched the Brother Bilal interview. I knew what she was talking about. But she was being real vague. And she was just basically like, that was a situation between Will and him, and Will offered him money, but he decided not to take it. And Charlamagne was like, why would he offer him money? And he was like, well, it was a deal between them or whatever. So he was super vague. But like I said, I had listened to the Brother Bilal interview and I knew that the whole situation behind that, right? So, okay. So now you know why he pretty much turned on Will Smith, right? So Brother Bilal also talked about, and it's so funny that all this is coming out at one time, all this mess, right? So Brother Bilal also talked about, allegedly, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, when Diddy was dating J-Lo, they wanted to have relations with them. Now, I don't know, and Brother Bilal said this. He said he don't know, did it mean Will and Diddy or they swap partners? He didn't know exactly what it meant, but he did know that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith was actively trying to hook up with J-Lo and Diddy. Y'all remember back in the day when J-Lo and Diddy dated, right? And said that he's not for sure if it ever happened, but he do know of the time. And that brings us to what is out today, right? So yesterday, many of you all know that, y'all, this is so crazy. Oh, wait a minute. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with it. But I also got to deal with Tamar Braxton. Y'all, I was too quick. So it came out in the news yesterday that Diddy is the subject of a New York Police Department criminal investigation, apparently involved sexual assault. I'm not for sure if I can even use that word on YouTube. That's why I spelled it. Diddy is the subject of a secret New York Police Department investigation, and although it's unclear of his ex, Cassie Ventura. So, first of all, for those of you all who don't know, Diddy started dating Cassie when she was 19 years old, and I believe she was 19, he was 20 years older, so he was like 39, right? He started dating her, but Cassie was actually dating somebody else at the time. Cassie she's not a real good singer or whatever. She came out with this song, and I can't even remember the name of the song, but she's not a good singer. But anyway, Diddy took her away from her boyfriend. And it was, and y'all can go back and y'all can watch the other bloggers. They'll break it down to you. I ain't got time to go on all that. But anyway, that's who Cassie is. So Diddy started dating Cassie. Cassie made the criminal complaint. There is strong evidence, and it involves sexual assault. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ there is an open case at the New York Police Department with the same name, Sean Combs. Now, y'all know that's P. Diddy, right? We're told that it's an active case, but the case file has been locked. Ooh, child. Y'all know this serious. When they lock the case, that means can't no blogger, can't nobody pull it up to try to figure out what is going on. It's locked down. Essentially meaning it is a sensitive case where access is restricted. So from here on out, we ain't gonna know like serious facts about this case because the case file is locked. All right. Law enforcement tells Tim, I already read. As reported, Cassie has filed an explosive federal lawsuit which alleges rape and human trafficking. Whoa, this worse than R. Kelly. Bill Cosby too. Allegedly. Among other allegations. We inquired about the case to New York Police Department and they responded with this statement. The New York Police Department takes sexual assault and rape cases extremely seriously and urges anyone who has been a victim to file a police report so we can perform a comprehensive investigation and offer support and services to survivors. Child. All I know is Cassie also filed a $30 million lawsuit against P. Diddy. And allegedly, from his camp said that she was trying to shake him down for $30 million prior to all of this, but he wouldn't give it to her, so she went ahead and filed a lawsuit. All I know is it's a lot of mess behind P. Diddy. That's all I know. There's a lot of mess, and he is about the only record label where he's the only one successful. All of his artists, and y'all know he's had a lot of artists. None of them are successful. He's the only one that has pretty much made it, that have money, and he's the one that owned a company. At one point, he was a producer. It's a lot of stuff has been going on around P. Diddy for years. There's been rumors about him for years. All I want to know is what's going on with Carisha from the City Girls. Because I hope I hope years from now, it don't come out that he's been doing something like this to her. I don't know. Time will tell. What goes on in the dark, y'all already know. It comes to the light. So just hold on what you got, because this show gonna come out. Okay, Peanut said, these celebrities are a mess. I think a lot of times when these celebrities probably owe money and don't pay that person, they all of a sudden, then that person wants to tell it all. You probably right. I promise you probably right. Melinda said, the problem is respect. People need to work on that better. Don't ever think because someone treats you decent don't mean they should control them. Wow, that's true too. Wow. Just say SA for that word. I don't understand why now she wants to sue. I don't know. I just don't get it. So this is what I was thinking. She's got married since breaking up with Diddy. And not only has she got married, I'm talking about Cassie, whatever her name is. She's gotten married and she's also had a child. So she probably, from what I heard, she's been working on herself and she's going through therapy or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, why do victims come out later? I don't know. Maybe maybe. I know she was afraid. Look at the whole situation. And I'm not saying that he did it or whatever, but it's just pretty spooky around a situation with P. Diddy's baby mama, Kim Porter. Look at the situation behind that. They don't really know how that woman is no longer here. I don't know. All I know is they said that she was going to come out with a book. That's what I heard. Talking about a book, here's another thing I meant to bring out with Will Smith and and Brother Bilal. So here's another reason why he came out. Brother Bilal also wrote a book. His book should be out in December. Jada Pinkett's book, y'all know we reviewed the book Worthy on his channel. Jada Pinkett's book was not supposed to be out until 2024, but supposedly the Smith camp got wind that Brother Bilal was writing a book, so they hurry up and push Jada Pinkett's book to the forefront to get her book out before Brother Bilal's. That's what and that's not alleged, that's what came out of his mouth. That was in the interview. He talked about that book. So, just word on the curb, y'all. Melinda said, "Yuppers, she sure was." Oh my God, I feel like, girl, they all being exposed. Child. It seemed like all at the same time. Y'all forgot he used to go out with Amber Rose too. Child, Diddy used to go out with everybody. Latanya Banks, good morning, late, but I'm in the house. Hey, girl, hey. She said, no, Faith Evans is successful. Some are still performing, but he also owes a lot of his artists a lot of money. Lil' Kim is still performing. 112 is still working, but he still owes a lot of money. So they are not super, super successful. A lot of times, the only time these artists really make money is not by their records. It's by when they perform concerts and then they get all of the money, right? But they're not getting money from like these records. Shoot, look at Mace. Wasn't it Mace? Mace started preaching. It's gonna scare Mace half to death. So anyway, I believe we're done. Oh, I got one more topic and we'll be done. We're going to talk about Tamar Braxton. Shout out to Rag Mitt, or someone who asked about Tamar Braxton. And y'all, I found out some information about that whole situation. I did not, allegedly. Now, y'all remember when back in, when was it? It was back in September. Tamar Braxton was robbed, child. Her car was broken into. She lives in Atlanta, and this was at her apartment complex. And this apartment complex was a real upscale apartment complex. They should have security. I believe they got a gate to get in and blah, blah, blah. So, doggone it. Hold on, y'all. Where'd it go? And so her car was broken into, and she had really expensive designer clothes, and someone went in there and stole everything. So supposedly, allegedly, her ex-fiance broke up with her the day she was robbed, child. This week, attorney Tamar's fiance, Jeremy Robertson, that's her fiance name, that she met from the show Queen's Court. I didn't even know that, y'all. Announced he broke off their engagement. He stated that he wanted to get back to a positive place, and fans felt the attorney was throwing shade after a short, very public engagement and a YouTube miniseries about their relationship. Fans noticed he was nowhere to be found when Tamar was robbed, and she said she felt unsafe. And she actually did say that. She pretty much said that she felt unsafe. She don't have no go because they robbed her in her own apartment complex. And honey, I did a little research on Mr. Jeremy Robertson. He's a Caucasian man, baby. He got baby mamas. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, what is really going on? It says, now Tamar is clearing things up and reveals that JR broke up with her the day she was robbed. Y'all, that sound fishy, don't it? That sound real fishy. That's like when Beyonce mama was robbed. Y'all remember when her house was robbed and her safe was robbed? and nobody had been seeing Beyonce's mother's husband. Y'all know that man she was married to. Nobody had been seeing them together. It was kind of like an inside job. That sound like what Tamar Braxton, allegedly, that sound like some of what Tamar Braxton was experiencing, but I don't know, child. But anyway, we're going to get to our next topic. I'm going to run this ad and we will be right back.
Do you want to grow your business? Do you want to grow your social media platform? If that is the case, you will need to Cashapp $10 to Kimmies World. You will also need to send kimmiestea at gmail.com an email and let me know exactly what you want ran through my live show, and I will put together a commercial. Now, if you want your product reviewed on my channel, what you will need to do is you will need to follow the same steps. All you need to do is send me an email and also mail me your product to my P.O. box. Just check my About section. Thank you.
Good morning, all you friends out there today. I hope that God has truly blessed you this night. I hope you are feeling good today, and I trust that you're on the side of righteousness at this time. It's not good to be on the dark side. Let me just conclude some of the things that we were saying on yesterday. We were talking from Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10, and we reached down to verses 13. And when you get to verse 14, he says, "Stand, therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, take the shield of faith, whereunto ye shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked. Take unto you the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God." I promise you that if you study the word of God and make application to your life, you're going to see that it changes your life. And if it changes your life, it's also going to help to change your circumstances. And if it changes your circumstances, it's going to change your attitude about life. Instead of feeling depressed, you're going to feel wonderful, not some of the time, but all of the time, because you know who's with you. If God is with you and he's for you, who then can be against you? May God bless you. Have a wonderful
Morning's inspiration, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. King James Version.
Y'all, I got through that commercial and I said, oh my goodness, I hadn't even done a morning inspiration. And y'all didn't even tell me. I'm sitting, child. Let's see. Peanut said, yep, true. A lot of money comes from their concerts. Music really don't sell like it used to unless you're Beyonce or Jay-Z. Then you probably have no hope in the music business. She said, like how many? Amen. Yes, it will. Okay. So our last and final topic today is, should you take a cheetah back? Should you take a cheetah back, y'all? Now, I'm going to say this. If you're dating someone and they're being dishonest from the beginning, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't take them back. If you are married, now these are for married couples. If your spouse, and I want to hear what you guys' opinion is, if your spouse cheated on you, if the situation was they cheated on you and you found out about it, you guys had a falling out about it, but him or her apologized and decided they wanted to work on their marriage. Now, in the midst of everything, you guys have the Lord the head over your life, right? So they apologized and they said they're not going to do it again. They asked for your forgiveness and they agreed to go to counseling. Would you take them back? Would you forgive them and take them back? That's my question. So I had, hold on a second. So I posted a short yesterday, and I posed a question. One person said, nope, it's my deal breaker. Well, besides physical abuse, I don't think I put up with that either. Any other mistake, I can forgive. Now, if I knew there was remorse and no intention of repeating, cheating breaks trust forever. Someone else said, nope, and that's why I'm happily divorced. Another person said, they don't got to worry about you. They just disrespect God and what he got coming to them. So I want to know what y'all think, because I know what I'm going to say about the whole situation. But what do y'all think about a cheater with the same situation that I said? Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and say, I believe, now if a person right out cheats on you and doesn't, well, I'm going to talk about this. When I was a little girl, I remember I was going to this church and there was a couple, and I thought they were a happy couple, but I remember I was just a teenage little girl, but I remember the gentleman actually standing up in front of church saying that he had a sister in the congregation pregnant. And pretty much, this is the craziest thing I have ever heard in my life. His wife, I believe, couldn't have children or something. And so she was like a handmaiden to them. Lord, the Lord didn't tell you to have no handmaiden. But anyway, and he ended up actually leaving his wife for this other woman. In a situation like that, no, I will forgive, but I wouldn't forget, and I would divorce. And no. Mm-mm. In another situation, if my husband cheated on me and said he wouldn't do it again, and he vowed, never to cheat again, and he would like for me to forgive him, I'm going to do what the Christian thing it says to do, is to forgive, because that's what God does to us. When we sin, once we repent, and I'm not saying report, once we repent of our sins, we say we're not going to do it no more. We change our ways and we turn from those wicked ways, and then we do what's right. God don't remember it anymore. And that's the same way we should do with our spouse. Now, I do know we're human and it's hard to forget. It's hard to forgive. But if they continue to do it, that means they were not sorry at all. And if they continue cheating, I'm sorry, I got to go. Hold on. Let me go. I guess it depends on how truly repentant the partner spouse is, but ultimately it's up to that person. It's a personal choice, but me, I don't know. Once you go outside a relationship married and there's disease, I don't know. Now, this is what my mom said, y'all. My mama done been married over 50-some years. If that person truly stop what they are doing, the love that you have together, you will take that person back. But the cheating has to stop. You got that right. I agree. So I'm going to talk about a personal experience. I don't have no shame in my game. It is what it is. When my husband and I first got married, we hadn't even been married 2 weeks, y'all. Maybe 3 weeks. I say 2. My husband was, the lights flickering. My husband was dated another woman prior to marrying me. It was an older woman. It was a Caucasian woman, actually. And she didn't want, why is that light blinking? She didn't want him to get married whatsoever. She tried to stop the marriage every which way she thought she could, but she couldn't. We got married. Well, they continue to communicate. Remember, we talked about yesterday about communicating with friends. That's a no-no. But they continue to communicate. They had to. And one particular day, my husband was saying he wanted to go to shoot pool. And I was like, I thought that was really strange. It was on a Wednesday. He had just got off work. He going to shoot pool and he putting on nice clothes and putting on cologne. Like, what is really going on? And y'all, I'm not saying anything that's not out there. I already have a video on my page talking about this. So I'm not embarrassed. But anyway, make the long story short, he left. He went to shoot pool. I thought it was suspicious, but I was like, whatever. I didn't know anything. Shoot, we only been married 2 weeks. How would I know? You know? So anyway, I decided I was going to go to the park. I wanted to go to the park. I love the park. So I go to the park. Y'all rode up on the park, whatever. I see this car that looked like my husband. So I'm like, maybe I ain't seeing it good. Rode up. My husband at that time had personalized plates. And I was like, what the world? What he do? Huh? And I didn't even have time enough to think what was going on, you know? So I rode up and I see this car parked right next to his car. And these jokers had a nerve to have a window down. And there was a man and a woman, him and her in the car. And I was like, baby, I pulled up on the side of that car. Before the car even stopped, I was unbuckling that seatbelt because I was coming up out the car. And he drove off. So I said, okay, all right. So I went back to the house. I chilled out, whatever. So I was like, I ain't going to call him because he got to come home. All the stuff is here. So he didn't come home. He going to call my cell phone the next morning when he's supposed to be at work, child. And he going to say, pretty much like, what you doing? I was like, didn't I just see you yesterday? He's telling me, nah, you ain't see me. Y'all, this a man for you now. You ain't see me. Yeah, I saw you. Anyway, make the long story short, he denied everything. And I was like, fine, whatever. I packed up my stuff and I left. Because we hadn't even been married that long. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to so on this day, it was Thursday. I said, okay, I'm going to talk to an attorney on Friday. Because I ain't about to put up with no mess like this. We ain't even been married long, which means we probably can get an annulment. Kind of find out we couldn't get an annulment. We was going to have to actually get a divorce. And it was going to be, I was going to have to pay for it. And I was like, okay. So I thought about it long and hard that weekend. I talked to my parents about it, talked to my dad about it. And he was just like, basically Daddy was like, you should have got to know him before you married him. That's your baby, you rock it. Pretty much. My daddy just cutthroat. So that Monday morning, well, matter of fact, I had made it to where he could not contact me whatsoever. And I'm going to go on and wrap this story up. I made it where he couldn't contact me, whatever, blocked his number, whatever. So he couldn't, I think he tried to call me that Sunday. I hung up. I didn't want to talk to him. So that Monday morning, I was pretty much cooled off by then. I knew I was getting ready to go talk to the attorney Monday morning to go ahead and file for a divorce. And that Monday morning, he called me. And he was crying. He was like, I want my wife back. Mind you, we ain't been married that long. I want my wife back. I apologize. I'm so sorry I did that. And blah, 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 da, 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 da. He just going on and on and on and on and on. So I was like, well, let me think about it. So, of course, I got to seek the counsel of my daddy. So I go to my daddy and I said, Daddy, I tell him what's going on or whatever. And I was like, he apologized and blah, blah, blah. And the first thing my daddy said is, what does God say about forgiveness? He had to say no more. He didn't once he just said that one sentence and that was it. I was just like, wow, God forgives us 70 times 7. And when we ask for forgiveness, when we're sincere, God remembers it no more. He wipes the slate clean. Now, I know some women on here like, what? You your husband back and he cheated on you? Oh, it was with, and I probably was wrong for saying this, but it was with conditions. Like, if you ever do this again, I'm gone. Like, I'm gone. It's not going to be no, let's talk about it, or no. This is your one time right here. Thank God we hadn't been married a long time, because if we had, I don't know if I would have had that same thought process, but forgiveness is something serious. So I believe that each person's situation is different. Everybody's situation is different when it comes to cheating. One thing I will say is, when a woman cheats, men have a hard time forgiving. They do, because when women cheat, it's not for pleasure. Women, Lord, this little rascal, look at here now. Okay, you about to get blocked, because I can block you on Facebook. You about to get blocked. That's all there is to it. Hold on, y'all. A little rascal shouldn't be on here. You was on here yesterday. Dog it. There it go. Ban, you got to go. Okay, he's out of here. Sorry about that, y'all. He messed up my whole train of thought. This little rascal right here was on here yesterday. All right. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. When women cheat, it's a whole nother situation. Because women don't cheat for a pleasure situation. Women cheat for emotional. There is something wrong in a relationship. Trust me, if a woman cheats on you, she has told you a million times there's something wrong. We need to fix this, X, Y, and Z, and the man don't listen. And then she steps, which is not right, but then she steps out of the marriage. And it is hard for a man to forgive. I don't know. I guess it messes with their ego. Hold on. Let me go back up here. I knew married couples when I was coming up where they actually left the marriage and the kids and kept it moving. Some are probably still together today, but I can forgive. But if you keep doing it, it's a problem. Now it ain't you done made your problem my problem. Now I got to fix the problem. Now I got to go. Then I have to bye-bye, because sometimes the cheating doesn't stop. And if a child is produced from the cheating, that's a no for me. You know what? And that's a whole nother topic in itself, because do I know anybody? Look at Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. They weren't, child, look at that whole situation. The whole situation between Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. When Dwayne Wade was married, he was allegedly cheating with Gabrielle Union. And you know what they always say, the way something started is the way it's ending, the way it's going to end. Now, you guys heard about what's going on in the media now. Nothing has been confirmed, but there are rumors that they are heading for divorce because Dwayne Wade allegedly cheated. I don't know. She said, I'm not married, came close to it, and and I know marriage is totally different, and marriage is a total different dynamic. However, cheating is serious. People's feelings are hurt, and sometimes, a lot of times, bad things can happen. Yes, a lot of bad things can happen in cheating. Cheating, whether there is a reason, be it man or woman, is wrong, and is based off selfishness. And it goes back to when you are married, the husband and wife becomes one, and you don't. So like my dad always says, Like a husband and wife should be so close that when the wife have a headache, the husband can take the aspirin. That's how close they should be. And so when he's cheating on his wife, if they are one, he's not only hurting her, he is hurting himself. Hold on, what she say? Dwayne Wade dogged his first wife out, especially when it came to their son, now turned into a child. Girl, you just hit on something right now that I really don't want. That's a mess right there. Davita said, cheating is an addiction. It is an addiction. I think it's a rush from either party, just knowing that you sneaking around doing something. It sure is. And it doesn't matter how pretty or handsome the man or woman is. If a person want to cheat, they gonna cheat. Look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce is gorgeous. Did it stop him? Did it stop Jay-Z? Allegedly. It didn't. So anyway, like she said, laugh a lot. I read a lot. Child, I don't want to talk about that subject, child. Them folks will come for you, and I don't want them. Child, they was on me yesterday real hard, and I don't want no trouble. I'm trying to be super nice. So anyway, I want to thank you all for today's show. I thoroughly enjoyed today's show. We're gonna be back on tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Another thing that I want y'all to know is, y'all, I am close to reaching the threshold of $100 with YouTube. Right now, I just want to let y'all know everything that I'm doing right now up to this point has been done for free. And trust and believe the work that I have put into this channel. And when I tell you it is work, I sleep, breathe, and eat Kimmies World. Just because I'm not on air or posting anything, I'm still thinking about what should be our topic for the next day. I have to do research in order to have an hour-long broadcast. Maybe if I was just talking about gossip, it would be so easy, child. Oh, child, it'd be so easy to drag these people on this internet. But I'm actually giving some facts on here. We're talking about some really good topics here. So if you want to tip the host, listen, all you have to do is send me a cash app. And you don't have to. If you can't do it, that's fine. This is what you can do for me. You can share this live. I will be much appreciative to you just sharing the live, liking it, or just engaging in the comment area. But y'all, like I said, I'm really, really close to the $100 threshold. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get there. And the only thing that is pushing me over and is these reels. These reels where they've been eating me up in the comment area, tearing me alive. And I have been getting a lot of subscribers. Shoot, I was kind of scared to go live today because I thought these people was going to be in the comment area. Y'all, they would tear me up. Do you hear me? Right now, I have 1,535 subscribers. And this is like, I've been putting in work. And I know I'm not the only one that put in work. I know a lot of people go live every single day, multiple times a day. But when you are putting on a show, this is hard. This is hard, but I enjoy it, y'all. I promise y'all, I really enjoy having this show. I feel like a radio broadcaster. I really do. So anyway, we will be back on at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. And we will also be going live on Sunday morning. So we're going to be going live from now until probably the first of the year. We're going to do it every single day. Y'all got to put work in. I got to put some work in. I got to run this bag up. I got to run the coin up. Because right now, YouTube is not paying. Not paying. So I gotta put some work in. So anyway, I want y'all to have an amazing Friday. It is actually misting here in Mississippi. It's real dreary outside. My husband should be on, well, there ain't no should, he is. He should be on his way home now. So I hope y'all have a great weekend or a great Friday. Make sure you do something special for someone else today. Always show some random act of kindness. If it's just telling someone, like your hair, or I like your earrings, or your shoes are very nice. Lift someone else up today. And if you have it in your heart, pay it forward. When you go to McDonald's, pay for the car ahead of use food or drink, or if you go to Starbucks, y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be at Starbucks now. Y'all know. And if you don't know, go back and watch the live show from the other day where I talk about Starbucks in Palestine, but y'all ain't supposed to be at Starbucks. But anyway, do something special for someone else. Y'all have an amazing day. Make sure you keep God first. And I will see y'all tomorrow morning on the Kimmies Morning Show. Y'all have a great evening.